Good day, my name is Jerry, and welcome to Kathon's Journey, where I will be showing my journey throughout the Philippines and Asia. My motto is, go ahead and take the risk, no matter what anyone says, as to live an adventure for a fun and fulfilling life. This journey takes us to Siargao. But first, this is part one of Siargao. We'll have a part two. It wound up being like 45 minutes. I got it down to 30, but I still, that's too long, so I split it up in two videos. So again, this is Siargao 1, basically the excursions and not the island hopping. But looking at this map here at Cebu, at this time when I went to Siargao, I was living in the south of Dumaguete here in Bangkok. So we drove up on the motorcycle up to Subalin and then took the ferry across to the southern part of Cebu Island, and then basically from there drove 3.5 to 4 hours from the bottom of Cebu Island up to Mactan up here, and then from Mactan Airport we flew over to Siargao Airport over here. Now this is the first journey that I've been on that I have had to fly. You can take multiple ferries over, but you'll see the cost in here for me to fly, and it was just better and quicker for me to fly. So when you fly, you come into Siargao Airport. There is vans there that take you to the main area, which is General Luna right here, and I think it was 300 pesos a person. They drive you over and pretty much drop you off where you want. Alright, so now I'll get into the video part one, which is basically the excursions, everything that we did outside of the island hopping. Okay, this video is on Siargao. I really liked it, going there. It's a good place to go. Right here we're at the main beach where we went island hopping, and right there's the pier that we went out island hopping on, but this is just the beach. Siargao is known for its surfing, and right there you see the capital, surf capital of the Philippines. Now here is where the beginners go to surf. Again, you can pay for an instructor and a board, and you go out there, and these waves are smaller here. They're not like the big ones over on the other side, so this is where most of the people go with all the instructors. You see here you got an instructor that comes out with you. He'll get you the right wave. He'll take you out there. He comes to get you, so a lot less work. It's a good way to learn. You see that they hold you till you get a good wave, then they push you off, and here's Tess getting up. She got up like her second or third try, and did it every time after that. Did a really good job for her first time. So the instructors are pretty good. They teach you to go through. Here's another one. She's getting more confidence and going on, but it was pretty fun. She did that twice, once with the instructor, and then I did it without instructor. Hey, you can't start out too young either. You start them out that young, that's when they really get good. So right here is Cloud 9, which is the major area for the ski resort. Now this is where they have national and international competitions. You see again, surfing capital of the Philippines. This right here is the boardwalk, Cloud 9 boardwalk, walking on the beach, and you can walk out on that to that gazebo that's out there, and out there is where all the competition, and to the left is like the intermediate, to the right is where the really good people go, and in the pool area there is where beginners go. So right here is to the left of it. You see some people out there, but you're coming in, obviously it's a little rocky right here. Now just past that peninsula is where the beginners go. That's where a lot of the beginners are, on the other side where I just showed you, and this is the boardwalk that you can walk down. It's a nice walk. It's all real shallow right here. As you see, these people are walking out. You see the two people got an instructor, most likely somebody learned how to surf right there. They take them out, but they don't take them out as far as the good surfers, which you see right here. This is where to the right of that, and this is where the good surfers come through. And you can see there are about 5-6 feet waves there, I'd imagine. You look in the background, it's most of them are Filipinos here. You can see how big the wave is. See that one right there is above his head, so the average Filipino is about a little over 5 feet, so I say these are 5 or 6 foot waves, and even bigger. And these guys were pretty good here. Again, this is you definitely don't want to be out there as a beginner or even as an intermediate, as you see here. Here we have a little surfboard with Siargao on it, with Tessa modeling it for us on one of our beaches that we went. Next is the cave, Tai Yuen Bang Bang Cave, however you pronounce it. So this cave was pretty good. It's obviously, you see it's got water in it. They have a rope that you follow and walk through. You'll see here in a minute. This is the entrance to it, and you see where you're hanging onto the rope at top, and you go through. It wasn't rough or anything, but a little cool water that you go through. Once you're inside, it's all open. You get dark places, and you'll see here how they got it set up. They give you a helmet with a light that's so you can see once you're in there a bit to look around. I did see a few bats in there, 3 that were on the wall. When you also sometimes you see there the bamboo bridge where we're at now. There's sometimes where you're just pulling yourself along on the rope when you're in the water, but it's not scary or anything. It was pretty fun going through. It was fresh water, refreshing. A lot of people when they first got in thought it was really cold, the Filipinos, but me, I thought it was pretty refreshing because all the water is usually pretty warm on the ocean. So going through, you got the stalactites or stalagmites, I believe, coming down. I thought there was a stalagmite column in there somewhere, as I recall, that meant but overall it was a pretty decent cave walkthrough during this part, but you had to stay on the rope. You couldn't explore outside, just where your light saw and going around, but you couldn't go outside of the ropes, and he didn't take you anywhere else except where the ropes go. So again, you go down in the water and just follow it. Now coming out here, again, we didn't go in the back there. We didn't explore. I asked, and he said, no, I just got to stay in visual sight of each other. This is basically at the end of the cave. Again, not too much going on here. Now in the water, you'll see here we're at the end, and in the water they do have quite a bit of fish. We saw all the way through, and obviously not big fish, but here is the pool area at the end. A lot of sunlight. They seem to be over here more than anywhere else, and this is where the people stay at the end, mainly doing, you'll see here in a minute, they have a little jump area right here. This is where you can jump off into it. There goes Tess into the water, coming up and giving a thumbs up. There you go. And then here's myself going in. I did check it here. It was pretty deep, so I dove in. And again, blue water, fresh water, and coming up, peace sign. And don't you hate it? Thinning of the hair as you get older there, especially when it's wet. It was Tess again. This is from the swing. They see I had a swing there and a swing to the left there, which I'll show you more here on top. This is on the top looking down to the pool. And again, you can jump from here. You'll see the little swing there, which people get on there to take pictures. 1 or 2 people on there. And you jump from here, and to the left there is also the swing. You come out to let go of the rope. Next we have some snorkeling we did. This was actually on one of the island hopping trips that we did. They took us to this reef. It wasn't very good. Most of the coral was dead. It was nice to get wet and go snorkeling. I see these clownfish. That's about all that we saw through most of it. Here we are at the Panko rock pools. I know that's not pronounced right. This is a pretty good place to go here. You got to make sure you go there on low tide only. We did go earlier on high tide, and we actually had to turn around. They will not let you in, so make sure you go in on low tide. Basically, you have these pool areas that you can see that's real dark, and then you walk on this. It's not coral. I think it's just volcanic rock that you walk along through there that over the thousands of years has gotten smooth, and you can swim in there. It's got fish. You got the balancing rock right here. It breaks right here. Again, it is low tide, and then they got places where you can swim, as you see here, and jump. Here goes Tess again, jumping from the rocks. I got her to jump pretty much from anywhere now, so going through, thumbs up. Now here we are at the wakeboard park. It's a park that they have there. Obviously go wakeboarding on, and it has quite a bit of jumps and rails and that you can go on. You'll see here. Now this is Tessa's first time ever doing this. She got up pretty quick and went down, as you see going here. Now this is by drone. This is the first time I actually followed somebody on my drone, so skis going in and out. But she did real well going around, at least going straight. Now maybe not too good on the curves there going around, but she did do pretty good going straight and getting up. Again, you saw the rail there. They had jumps there, and actually they had an upper pool too, but they wasn't using it. And you can stand up in all of this. The price in there was kind of expensive. I do have that in a spreadsheet, which you'll see, but it's something nice to do there. You see a jump there, some other guys were hitting, and the rail on the other side. So again, for being the first time, Tess did a real good job of going through and going straight on these on the wakeboard. Again, it's just a rope that goes down, back and forth, and you're in control of going around the turn to do the 180 degrees to come back. It's kind of difficult. You see the two pylons there, the two red cones there to do a turnaround. You can see when I'm going a little bit, well, here I am coming in, going around. I couldn't really hit enough speed or time it correctly because I was slowing down there to go around both of them on this side, because again the rope just goes down and back. It doesn't turn obviously, but you're supposed to get enough speed, turn like I am here, go around both cones with enough speed, and I just couldn't get that speed to come around. So but yeah, it was pretty fun to do. You can see in the background where they have the upper pool there to do some I guess more competitive wakeboarding with the board. Now here, just driving around, this is what we saw, real lot of palm trees here, this valley. It's pretty cool to look at when we were driving around the island. Now here they have this zip line that's 2.2 kilometers that goes from right here, you can see it up there, you walk up there and it goes down to an island that literally is 2.2 kilometers away. You see it way out there with the higher trees. I tried hitting in on it. Thing is, it was closed the day that we were there. That sucks. Okay, this is the cost sheet for Siargao, Philippines. I will put this on both videos, part 1 and part 2, so because there's different costs for both of them. So I'll just go ahead and put it on both of them. Again, we stayed 10 days, 9 nights. This was a little long. I think optimum would be about 7 days there. You could definitely do it also 5 if you rush around a bit for basically everything around the island. That can be pretty much be done. If you go over that, again, 9-10 days here was definitely too long for us by 2 or 3 days. So I'd probably recommend 6 or 7 days. So again, this is a flight to get there. Again, I came from Dumaguete, so from as I indicated in the beginning, we had to drive up to Mactan Island, fly over. For the flight ticket for both of us was 1,400,000 pesos there, about $271. That was direct flight from Mactan to Siargao. The van from the airport is 300 pesos. Scooter for a rental, again, we got it for 300 a day because we were more 5 days, but they're usually about 350 to 400 a day. Put some gas in the scooter, and the first 3 days we didn't rent a scooter.
but we did because we knew we were going to do island hopping, which is what we did, and needed it. But it does cost about 30 pesos, basically anywhere around General Luna where you're at, the main area, to go to one way is about 30 pesos. So you can go round trip about 60 pesos, so it's not bad at all if you just wanted to stay around General Luna and not get a scooter either. The ferry from Dumaguete to Cebu was about 640 one time, round trip going back, so 1280 total. Hotel was 15,000 again for 9 nights. It was a pretty decent hotel. They did have ants and bugs in that, and I wound up getting some spray, but it was air conditioning, hot water, refrigerator in it, so it wasn't too bad. Our excursions, which was basically on the first video, the surfing, it's 500 bucks for the first hour with a surfboard and an instructor. But if you don't want an instructor and you want to do it, which I did one time, it's $200 for the board only. So we wound up going, she did a couple times and I did it once. She did it with an instructor, which you see on the first video. I went to a waterfalls, which was real cheap, but it wasn't that good of a waterfalls, but something to do to go swimming. The cave and that we went into and swimming and jumping off was pretty good. You see that in the videos, 520 pesos. Island hopping on the east side, which is right in General Luna. We had 5 islands. You'll see that in this video. Again, $13.50 for both of us. Island hopping on the west side, because what they do there is $30.50 for a boatload, and you can get 6 people, up to 6 people in it. As long as you get 6 people in it, you just divide it by 30 people, and it's pretty cheap per person. Now, and it's pretty easy to do that. Everybody wants to go, just hey, you find couples at a time, or singles, and say, hey, you want to get together on a boat, and they always say yeah. And then there's an additional 130 fees, 2 of them, or 2 sets of them, for a total of 130 for each person above that. Wakeboard park we went to. This was a little expensive. It's basically $1,200 per person for up to 4 to 6 people per hour. Now, based on that, they don't go, per person. They want to, even though we were a couple, we had to go with another couple in that hour, and they only do it by the hour. So we wound up going with 4 people, which is basically 15 minutes a piece. You don't do it at one time. You kind of go around. We did it, I think, three times each, and you'll see that in the first video. Cloud 9 surfing. Again, we went surfing, and Cloud 9 is basically the main area where people go, and it's just in order to get in, we went twice, so 100 times for 100 pesos per person each time. Groceries, you can see here, we went out to grab some groceries since we had a refrigerator, fruits and stuff we could eat out of the hotel. We didn't have any cookware in there. I went to a high-end restaurant a few times. They have this one restaurant there that you basically show your food on the camera, and then at the end they look at it and tally the total amount up. It's kind of different. And normal PH venue food, on the side, basically about $360. That's normally how we eat. So total of 77, almost 8,000 pesos for the food. But we normally eat twice a day and sometimes even once a day, and I may not even do that. Going out drinking, here's some happy hour stuff. I usually drink those Jack and Coke in cans, and so going out and beer, and then we bought some shirts. So total was about 52,000 pesos for everything, again for a 10-day cruise, or $980 US. Now out of that $980, 270 of it for 2 people was for the flight, so almost a third of it was for the flight, and basically about a third of it also for the hotel that we stayed in, again for 9 nights, which you can do a lot cheaper, and you can also probably find a cheaper hotel there too. So take that out, that's $600 there about. So really it was only $300 or $400 for the everything that we did above the hotel and the flight. So that's a good way to look at it too. So all right, let's get into this video on Siargao number 2.
You know what to do. Go ahead and hit those buttons, and thank you for watching Kathon's Journey.